I had never considered that my role in sustaining the Jewish state could go beyond visiting, beyond sending money to plant trees. That's where really AIPAC comes into play.
AIPAC trains you to kind of think analytically about what's going on. It's all about learning what it means to be a pro-Israel activist and steps to take to make your opinion matter.
These networks are connected. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube.
AIPAC is actually the first thing that has ever gotten me involved in politics.
No organization is doing what AIPAC's doing. No organization is here in Washington, D.C. on the front lines, but supported by 100,000 grassroots activists around the country, ensuring that Democrats and Republicans, liberals, moderates, and conservatives on this issue, everyone stands together.
You can only do so much by organizing a protest right outside your house. It's more important to engage the leaders who are making decisions.
I grew up in Mexico City, where there's a very strong Jewish community that's always been very Zionist. AIPAC showed me how to bring together my love for Israel that had been ingrained in me since such a young age, together with being able to play a role in the political process. My first AIPAC event was in high school. I attended their first ever high school summit. Since my freshman year, I started organizing the campus leadership dinner. We usually host around 100 different student leaders, and we do try to make that group very diverse, ranging from leaders within the Greek community, student government, the Black Student Alliance, and different organizations. Through my involvement with AIPAC, I was able to learn that what I should have been doing and spending my energy on is engaging, is finding people who want to learn more about Israel.
At my first policy conference, I heard about these kids in Georgia that helped get a divestment bill passed.
Our goal is to have our alma mater become the first university in the nation to divest its endowment funds from businesses currently engaged in the Iranian energy sector.
It's something that made sense to us. State pension funds should not be investing money in Iran's petroleum sector, because we do not want Iran to acquire a nuclear weapon. And my friend and I thought to ourselves, it'd be really cool to get a bill passed in Utah. And so we emailed a legislator and we asked her, would you be willing to sponsor another bill this year if we helped you? So we lobbied members of the State House and Senate. I even got the chance to testify in the Senate committee hearing, which was a really cool experience. And we got it passed unanimously. And those are things that we learned in the AIPAC student program.
I attend Spelman College, which is an all-female, historically Black institution. And I know it's kind of interesting because I do attend an all-African-American school, so why would the issue matter in my case? The first time the issues or Israel had ever come up in my life was when one day I just happened to turn on the television and I remember seeing devastating bombs attacking Israel. So I wasn't too familiar with what was going on in Israel. That's what AIPAC did. It helped me to connect the dots. Something goes on in the Middle East is going to affect us as American citizens. So it's not just about being a Jew, but being an American. And as an American citizen, you want to defend your strongest ally. I got involved. I started going to Saban leadership training. I've been to a policy conference 3 times. So I went on the advanced advocacy mission to Israel. We actually got a chance to hear from different sides of each argument or each issue. So we heard from Palestinian leaders, members of the Knesset. Also, I had a chance to attend Speakers Bureau. Congressman John Lewis, he does a lot for Israel. AIPAC has given me an abundance of training. They help students like me obtain leadership skills we need to kind of be successful in life in general.
I've been to 6 policy conferences. As a student policy conference, we're right in the middle of it, whether it's attending breakout sessions that are led by congressmen, by experts on the Middle East, all of the amazing speakers that I've had the chance to hear, and lobbying our members, which is what policy conference is all about. And what I realized sitting there and listening to this conversation was I can't sit by and let Israel struggle. As a Jew, as an American, I had a responsibility to stand up. And that's something that I can do from here. Every single person has the opportunity to make a difference, and every single person has the opportunity to be heard. AIPAC gave me the tools that I needed to explain why Israel and why the U.S.-Israel relationship were so important.
As we see across campuses in the U.S., usually we do have a lot of activity that isn't necessarily pro-Palestinian, but rather should be characterized as anti-Israel. And unless we have those voices of students stepping up to be able to, one, clarify what the history is, also shed a light on things beyond the headlines, then I think that the future could be in danger.
The youth in this country have a very unique opportunity in influencing the decision-making process, because when we are given the tools necessary, we are able to empower ourselves.
AIPAC has given me the ideas that I need to be an effective activist. They've educated me on the issues in a way that I can't even think of how I'd have done on my own, so that for the rest of my life I can be an effective activist, and no matter what I do.
When I began to get involved with AIPAC, it just became very interesting because it impacted me to actually get out there and do something, and it sparked activism.
What makes AIPAC different is this student program, this program that starts at the grassroots, that starts with students on campus who feel the need to get involved and to make a difference, and they do it.
I grew up loving Israel. I grew up loving Israeli food, and I grew up loving Israeli culture and Israeli music. But I came to understand why Israel matters to the United States through AIPAC.